Guess what, you guys? I finally know what sinking funds are. So since I now know what they are, thanks to you guys sharing with me that the cheer trips are sinking funds. If you've not seen the video where I talk about that, I will link that in the card above. So today I am here to share with you how the sinking funds are going to look for the next school year. Hey you guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to the Gold Project. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to click that red subscribe button and to become a part of our community and our mission. So the sinking funds today that we are going to talk about involve the trips that we are going to have to take starting in December. So I have some trips. December we'll be going to Kansas City for a Chiefs game, and then we will start with Kate's cheer trips. So we will be going to Dallas. We will be going to Orange Beach. So I'm not sure if we will be going to Disney. It all depends on if she gets a summit bid or not. So those 3 things do cost a nice amount of money. So I've got it all labeled out, how we're gonna afford it by the time the trips occur. So now what I'm going to do is go to an overhead shot and I'm going to talk about the Snowball and how we are using the Snowball to create these sinking funds. Let me start out by apologizing if you can hear the thunder. Of course, I'm going to film a video and it starts to storm, so I'm hoping it's not too loud. Number 2, I might have a lot of papers floating around because I want to give you the full information, and in order to give you all of the information, I feel like I need to write things down. So a lot of this I already have written on a piece of paper, but I'm going to rewrite it for you so you can see the entire process. And number 3, please note that I am new to the term sinking fund. I guess I've been doing a sinking fund for several years, but did not know that was what it was called until you guys told me on my vacation video. So the first thing I am going to do, these are just Erin Condren notebook pages that I just ripped out of one of the notebooks. So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to write down the 3 things that we are going to map out today for my sinking funds. So they are going to go in this order as well. So the first thing I'm writing down is Kansas City. So in December, actually December 27th, my husband and I, and then my sister and brother-in-law are going to a Kansas City Chiefs game. That is just something that we went, I want to say 4 years ago, my husband and I, and it was such a great experience. So we looked, the tickets were available, so we decided to do it. So we want to save $900 roughly for that trip. Now the hotel has been paid for and the ticket, so this is strictly for food and travel. Now I know that's a lot of money, but here's how we're going to do it. Anything that's left over from this $900 will go to the next thing. So number 2 is for Dallas, and Dallas is the NCA trip for Kate. It is a big expense, but I will tell you the last 2 times that we have been for her cheer, it has been a great experience for her and us, and even though we didn't do as well as we wanted to, it was a great experience. So for that, I have put down $2,500. That is for travel, hotel, and everything. So hopefully that's an overestimate, but we will see. So that is February 26th is the date that we need that. And last but not least, the third one is Orange Beach. Now, I know that these things are a long time away, but I am one of those type people that likes to have everything written down and planned out. I don't like surprises. seriously. So for that one, I put down $2,000 roughly for April 10th. Now the good thing about these sinking funds is there's a nice amount of time between the two. 2 months and 2 months. So we will have plenty of time to save for each one. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to share with you the snowball amounts. So if you've not seen how we calculate our snowball, I will leave that video in a card above. We have been working on that since 2018. It does fluctuate. It's not something that stays set in stone. Things change, kind of like the car. We now will have a car payment in September. If you've not seen that video over the car, I will leave that in a card above. So things have fluctuated, but that does not mean to stop planning. So we still have a snowball, and for that snowball, this is how it's going to work. So for the 10th, we will have $430 for a snowball. So the snowball, this means everything after the bills, after everything has been paid. Then on the 25th, we have $450. So that gives us $880 a month for a snowball. We get paid on the 10th and the 25th. So you may be wondering, where did that $1105 go? Where did that $845 go? Remember, we had a little time period of, I think, 6 months where we did not have to pay our student loans. Well, those pick back up in October, and that is where the snowball is going to start for us today. So I am going to move this to the side, and we are going to map out those months, and I'm going to share with you how we're going to get all of these figures for all of these trips. So we are going to start the sinking funds on November 10th, and the reason why November is because we've got things that we have to pay off before we go into these sinking funds. For instance, my husband had to get new tires, and we had to get a radiator in his truck before vacation. I share all of that in our vacation vlog. If you've not seen it, I'll link that in a card above. So we are going to start out with November. And remember, these are the amounts that we are trying to get roughly. So for November, we're going to have the Kansas City trip for both of these pay periods. So remember, the 10th is $430 and the 25th is $450. So that is going to give us $880 for our trip. So actually, that is all that we're going to save right there. So our November 10th and 25th is going to give us enough. It's $20. So we're going to say this is taken care of in November. So that leaves us December to start with the Dallas trip. For the Dallas trip, we are wanting roughly $2,500. So this may be something else that you were wondering. Okay, for the sinking fund, how do you account for it? So this will go in to our budget planner and in the checkbook like we are paying it. So I will mark on the 10th Kansas City minus $430 in our checking account, and then I will have a separate ledger in our budget planner, and I'm going to share with you those pages in our budget planner for the cheer trips that we took and that we were going to take this last school year, if I can find it. So this was our sinking funds for the cheer trips for 2020. So all I did was, y'all, this is nothing fancy. I just wrote this on its own piece of paper. This right here, this $550 was used for, I think, when we went to Branson. And then down here, this was supposed to be for Orange Beach, but we didn't end up going, so we had that $1,000 to use for vacation. So this is how it will work. I will take a sheet in our budget planner, and I will write down like Kansas City, and then it will have the amounts that we have. Then I will write down Dallas, and then I will write down Orange Beach. So that is how the sinking funds work. They get accounted for in the check register, and then they get their separate ledger, so we know how much money that we have. So then for December, we are going to start working on that Dallas trip. So for December, I'm going to write Dallas and Dallas, and for that is going to be $880. Then we're going to go down to January. So basically everything until the cheer trip is going to go to Dallas. So that gives us 3 months worth of sinking fund before we go. So that leaves us 880 times 3, which gives us 2640. So that's actually more than we had wanted. And remember, the 900, if we don't use all of this, this will go down to cushion this as well. So this is actually over the 2,500, so 2,640. If we have anything left from that, we'll go down to the Orange Beach trip. So February 26th is when we go to Dallas. So after that, we are going to start working on the Orange Beach. So we will have March and April for that. So we're gonna put Orange Beach, and that will leave us 880. And then here, since we go on April 11th, we won't get to use this 25th money here. So that is going to leave us just with the April 10th, and that is $430 for that one. So that leaves us $1,310 for that trip. So that's not nearly as much as we wanted here, but what we are hoping is that we have money left over from the Kansas City trip and the Dallas trip to move down to cover the rest of this $2,000 down here. So this will go in one of my drawers, and remember, I go 10th, 25th. It will go with my monthly bill planner. So every time I go to pay bills, I will pull this out and know, okay, November 10th, $430 goes to Kansas City. And then all of this will get written down on a page in my budget planner. That is exactly how I did it this last year, and it worked perfectly. So you guys, that is how those sinking funds are going to work. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I can do a second video. I just kind of wanted to run through the figures with you and let you know how I was getting these numbers and how all of it was going to work for these trips. Armani's getting in trouble, so he's going to have to sit with me and help me close out this video. So you guys, those are our sinking funds for the next school year through April of 2021. If you have any additional questions, definitely leave those in the comments below. If I have enough questions, I will do a second video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you hit that red subscribe button to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys. Can you tell them bye? Say bye you guys. Bye you guys.